GenderSTE is a cost policy-driven network. We work with stakeholders for over 40 countries in Europe and beyond. This is representatives from governments, from funding agencies, from research institutions, from universities, from associations, and also from private companies. And we work to advance the gender agenda in European and beyond research and innovation. In this part of our work, which is our first, I would say, area of work, we work to disseminate the existing know-how. There's a lot of experience now that has been developed over the years in Europe and in other parts of the world on how to promote the structural change of institutions for a better participation of women in the research and innovation process. And we work to make this experience, these good practices and these tools and manuals that are around, we work to make them widely known and widely available by stakeholders in Europe and in other countries. So this is our first area of work, to promote the participation of women, because women are 60% of European graduates, but they are only 20% of grade A researchers or full professors, which are the highest rank in the career of academics and researchers. So, and this has structural causes, so we work to promote the change of these structural and root causes of the low participation and presence of women in research institutions. Our second area of work has to do with how this small participation of women has an impact on how knowledge is created, and we work to better integrate gender dimensions into the content of research and in the content and innovation. We know that not properly integrating gender dimensions in research and innovation creates omissions and creates biases in the knowledge and the products and services that derive from this knowledge. So we work to disseminate, again here, also to disseminate the existing know-how on how to better integrate gender dimensions in research and innovation. And this is particularly addressed by disseminating the gender innovations, the EU-US Gender Innovations Project, which is a project that was launched by the European Commission last year with participation from the US as well. And this provides tools and methods and case studies on how to integrate gender dimensions in scientific and engineering fields, and in health and medicine and environmental fields. In our third area of work, what we do is to precisely advance the state of knowledge and the state of the art in areas of specific interest for European research. European research instrument, the funding instrument, the Horizon 2020, has identified a number of areas which are priority areas for both European policy and also for European research. And among those, we have some that have an environmental focus: energy, transport, climate, health, well-being, and then also others like security and inclusion. So our objective is, in this third area of our work, is to advance the state of knowledge of how to integrate genders into these areas that are priority areas for European policy and for European research. And here we will develop an agenda, we will create the networks of experts so that gender is better integrated into these areas for priority areas for European research. Let me illustrate how proper integration of gender dimensions can contribute to better research and to better innovation and to better policy making. An example from the transport area. We know that transport, that mobility patterns differ between men and women, that this has to do with the gendered patterns of daily life. While men's mobility is mostly of a commuting, follows mostly a commuting pattern from the home to the workplace and maybe to some sports activity, some leisure activity, but it's mostly statistically, it's mostly a commuting pattern, long distance, mostly done by private means. While women's mobility, on the contrary, is mostly reliant on pedestrian trips and on the public transportation mode, and women's mobility is mostly of a polygonal nature, closer to the home and taking care of all the daily tasks that have to do with the support of daily living, of taking care of the family, of the kids and the home and so on. So women mostly go from the home to bringing kids to school, then going to work, maybe going to do some shopping, some errands for the household, maybe taking care of a sick or elderly parent, and back to the home. So it's a different pattern of mobility, and this is not always properly integrated neither into research or into how transportation systems around the world are designed and managed. So properly integrating gender dimensions would improve the quality of how the transport systems do cater for the needs of everyone. This is one example of how to integrate gender can improve research and can improve services, can improve and can lead to innovation.